Director General, Honourable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honour and a special privilege to welcome you here this afternoon on behalf of the Sovereign Order of Malta, represented by our Minister for Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Albrecht Freiherr von Boeselager, and our Minister of Health and International Cooperation, His Excellency Dominique Prince de la Rochefoucauld-Montbel, who will be addressing us shortly. I thank you all for your presence and also extend a warm welcome to the many members of the Order of Malta who have travelled to Geneva from around the world, including from Africa, Asia and South America. Allow me at the outset to express my particular gratitude to the Director General of the United Nations Office at Geneva, Mr. Michael Moller, and his staff for hosting this symposium in the Palais des Nations and for the extensive support we have received for the organization of this event. We are equally grateful to the Secretariat of the World Humanitarian Summit for our excellent cooperation, and in particular to the Chief of the Secretariat, Dr. Jamila Mahmoud, for her advice and much appreciated participation today. It was Dr. Mahmoud who encouraged us to take this initiative, as she was very keen to see more faith-based institutions become involved in the ongoing preparatory process leading up to the 2016 World Humanitarian Summit in Istanbul. I also wish to sincerely thank the members of our two panels, who will share with us their valuable experiences and thoughts on a topic with multiple facets that needs to be analyzed and further explored. We need to come up with new, bold ideas and creative initiatives so as to enable humanitarian action to benefit fully from the potential that faith-based organizations offer to populations suffering from armed conflicts. Our discussions are a contribution to the World Humanitarian Summit process. Their synthesis will be reflected in a report to be submitted to the Secretariat of the WHS for further consideration by the global consultations to be held here in Geneva this October. I now have the pleasure of inviting the Director General to open the symposium. You have the floor, Excellency.
Thank you. Minister Freiherr von Boeselager, Minister Prince de la Rochefoucauld-Montbel, Ambassador Ronca, Ambassador Pictet-Althann, Excellencies, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Let us be frank, humanitarianism struggles today, and religious beliefs are being challenged. And very often both of these processes happen in the same place and are connected. Today's symposium on in the humanitarian hub that is International Geneva, a city with strong religious history, brings together an impressive range of experts to shape answers to these challenges. I am grateful to the organizers for having organized this symposium with a view to contributing to the World Humanitarian Summit, and I'm very pleased to welcome all of you here at the Palais des Nations. The World Humanitarian Summit in 2016, in May 2016, is now only 1 year away. 6 regional consultations have been held, and 2 more are to be convened in the coming months. In October, the global consultations will take place here in Geneva. The multi-stakeholder nature of these consultations, including broad engagement via the Internet, is exemplary. Yes, we need an inclusive approach because the humanitarian challenges we face today are approaching, allow me to use a religious term, an apocalyptic scale. The largest number of displaced people this year since the Second World War is but one illustration of the dimensions of current human suffering. In response, we need to pool all the resources at our disposal. But inclusiveness brings with it the challenge of coordination, and this is why a thorough preparation of the summit is so important. Thorough preparation implies that we look at all the major aspects of humanitarian aid, and among these, the role of religion and faith-based organizations is important. Of course, faith-based organizations bring important financial resources to the table at a time where the gap between needs and resources widens. But faith is not about money, and neither is money its most valuable contribution to humanitarian aid. In many places, as we speak, Humanitarian workers from the United Nations, governments, and NGOs, including faith-based organizations, are risking their lives to help others. Faith, translated into the impetus to help our fellow human being, is one powerful explanation why they keep doing this, despite a clear erosion of many of the humanitarian principles that have been enshrined in conventions done here in Geneva over the years. This faith need not be religious, but often it is. And when humanitarian aid is based on religious beliefs, this can help generate crucial ties to the recipient community. By facilitating mutual trust, it helps create an environment for safe delivery and receipt of aid. Faith-based organizations also often stay longer than others following humanitarian disasters. At a time when calls for closer integration of development assistance and humanitarian aid for long-time resilience grow louder, the work of some faith-based organizations may serve as good examples in that regard. Beliefs are a powerful tool. When religious beliefs are used to mobilize humanitarian aid, they can serve to bring out the best in humanity. But we also need to bear in mind that among the humanitarian principles, neutrality, impartiality, and accountability are of utmost importance. As we seek to invigorate these principles, faith-based organizations, like all others, need to ensure that they provide aid to all those in need, regardless of their religious background, and with no intention of influencing the recipient's most intimate beliefs. The benefits and challenges of the role of faith-based organizations in humanitarian aid will be discussed in today's symposium, a symposium which serves as an excellent platform for exchange and discussion, and hopefully to come up with some good suggestions for further action. We should do more to create platforms for engagement with the religious leaders at the international level. For a number of years now, the United Nations has been strengthening and broadening its interaction with faith-based organizations. The Alliance of Civilizations, along with the UN Population Fund, UNESCO, the Peacebuilding Commission, and other UN bodies, have been playing an important part in this process, including by advancing new partnership initiatives and talking frankly about cross-cultural concerns. We welcome all people of faith in this affirmation of our common humanity. I thank you all for coming together in search of ways to bring religions together for humanitarian action, and wish you a really fruitful discussion. Thank you very much.